Greetings to all our viewers here at CNN News 18. We are back with yet another major, mega CNN News 18 world exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. At a time when Mullah Khunzad has surfaced, he has touched down at Kandahar. We are joined by the Deputy Political Officer of the now claimed Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan, and he's also head of the negotiating team with America. This is Sher Mohammad Abbas Stanikzai with us. Mr. Abbas Stanikzai, namaste, and thank you for speaking with us here at CNN News 18. My first question to you, with respect to India, how do you see the Taliban's administrative view towards our country?
The Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan, the policy, our foreign policy is that to have good relation with our all neighbors and all the countries of the region and as a whole, with the whole world. You see, the Americans and NATO forces were here, there in Afghanistan for the last 20 years. So after this page is over, when the American forces are withdrawing from Afghanistan, so we will have a friendly relation after this with America and NATO also. So we need them that they should come back and take part in rehabilitation of Afghanistan. Same goes to India also. We want to have close friendly relation and establish those relations which we had before, cultural relation, economical, and also other ties which we had with them, not only with India, but with all our neighboring countries, including Tajikistan, Uzbekistan, Iran, and Pakistan.
Mr. Stanikzai, what you say is very, very critical, because I'm going to once again tell our viewers this is the first ever interview of the Taliban top leadership, a member of the Taliban top leadership. It's not a spokesperson. It's the first ever. And this is a huge, huge commitment that the Taliban will be making. What they say and what Mr. Stanikzai says is very, very critical, because this perhaps could chart the way forward for us. So my next question, Mr. Stanikzai, to you is that there is a fear that the Taliban may be hostile to India and that they may team up with Pakistan and target us, that is India. How do you see this assessment? Is this correct or false?
You see, one is media. What comes in the media, most of them, they are false. They are wrong. There is no such statement or any indication from our side. We want good relation with all our neighbors and the countries of the region.
Because Mr. Stanikzai, and I'm sure you are also aware of it, that the all-pervading fear across the world, and especially with us here in India, is that Afghanistan should not become a sanctuary for terror groups, for them to come there, use that as a base, and then orchestrate yet another proxy war on our soil, especially outfits like the Lashkar and Jaish, which are openly backed by the ISI in Pakistan. What are your thoughts?
There was no threat throughout the history from Afghanistan to our neighbors, including India, and it will not happen at all. There is no doubt there is long dispute, political dispute and geographical dispute between India and Pakistan. We hope these two countries should not use Afghanistan in their internal fighting which they have. They have a long border among themselves. They can fight among themselves on the border. They should not use Afghanistan, and we will not let anyone, any of these two countries, to use Afghanistan for this.
That's a very strong statement, and I'm going to once again tell our viewers, this is the Taliban top leader speaking to us. This is a world exclusive, and what he says is of immense amount of significance. It's huge significance, the statement that you're making, Mr. Stanikzai, a very strong statement that you will not allow the likes of the Lashkar and the Jaish play in your territory. Are you willing to confirm that once again? I'm going to press you there yet again.
This is our duty. We will not allow anyone to use the Afghan soil against any countries of the world.
Mr. Stanikzai, you have a connection which goes back a few decades with India. You trained at the IMA. Would you like to share with our viewers what are your memories from that experience, your connect, the time that you spent here in India?
It was long before. It was my young age. Yes, I was trained there before the Russian came to Afghanistan. So I was under training in IMA for graduated from IMA.
Are you still in touch with some of your mates from that time?
No, not in India.
Let me ask you this. What we saw in Kabul was a travesty. It's a huge tragedy. So many lives lost. Who do you blame?
You know that in the media, the Daesh, they took the responsibility.
But the reports that we have, Mr. Stanikzai, is that there were intel reports, confirmed intel reports, that the Haqqani will do the blast and the IS Khorasan will take the blame. What do you have to say on that as far as the Kabul blasts are concerned?
This is what the enemies of the Afghan people, they say so. It's not true. It is completely false, and the responsibility was taken by Daesh. So it is completely known that the Daesh has done this.
Mr. Stanikzai, another question is about minorities in Afghanistan, Hindu and Sikhs who are still there, who want to come to India. Will you facilitate their evacuation? These are Afghan Hindu Sikhs.
I think there is no requirement to evacuate them. Afghanistan is their homeland, their country, so they can live in Afghanistan peacefully. There will be no threat, no harm to their life, personal life. They can live as they were living before. And we hope that those other Sikhs and Hindus which were in Afghanistan and they migrated for the last 20 years because of that previous regime to India, we hope that we should soon see them in Afghanistan should they come back.
One of the critical aspects for the Taliban is recognition. How do you view recognition by the world and also your expectations from India?
Inshallah, we hope this because now on the ground, the reality is that the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan is on the ground, and there are many things that our neighbors and the world, they require to have a good relation and political relation with us. And moreover, inshallah, when the new government is announced, so we hope that all those countries who are related in the region, especially United States and other countries, they will recognize the new government. Inshallah, we hope this.
Mr. Stanikzai, India has invested and worked on close to more than 500 projects in Afghanistan, including the parliament building. The safety of those projects, the continuing utility of those projects for the people of Afghanistan is a concern. What do you think will happen to these projects?
Those development things which they have done, this is our national assets. We will keep it like that, and we hope that in future it should be completed. We will invite India to come and start again and complete those projects.
That is encouraging, but are you saying you will provide security and you will ensure the safety of all the personnel who come to finish those projects, maintain, upkeep those projects?
Yes. If somebody is coming and they are working in your country, you have to provide that security. I think there is no need to ask such questions for like this.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Stanikzai. I know this time for interaction is short. We look forward to another interaction very, very soon. Thank you for